Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Fearless Broadcasting and the Wild West Racing League Gen 4 Series. This is the second to last race in the Gen 4 Cup for the Wild West Racing League. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll be getting underway with the full broadcast momentarily. We ride on board with Hunter Sr. in the number 20 car. The Gen 4 Cup does have AI bots in the race. We've got Cal Newton Jr., Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman, Dale Jarrett, Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, Ricky Bobby of all people, Dale Earnhardt Sr., Christian Fittipaldi, and Ricky Craven. For your real drivers tonight include, as we're riding on board with now, Hunter Sr., James Napier, Tanner Ensign, Scott Rush, Mike Presley, Ethan Farless, Dakota Henderson, Brighton Coleman, Trey Smith, Timothy McDonald, Brandon Harris, and Michael Loveless. We'll be going green flag in just a few minutes, so stay tuned with us here at Fearless Broadcasting. Stay fast and stay fearless. Apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. Had a little bit of a tech issue on my end with the SDK Gaming iRacing Live timing software. More user error than anybody else's. Of course, we're not going to admit that on the air, but we just did anyway, so who really cares? So, your starting lineup for tonight. Positions 1 through 10 are all AI drivers, so we'll start from 11th and go down. Hunter Sr. in 11th place, followed by Michael Loveless, James Napier in 13th, Dakota Henderson in 14th, Mike Presley in 15th, Tanner Ensign in 16th, Brandon Harris in 17th, Ethan Farless in 18th, Timothy McDonald in 19th, Trey Smith in 20th, Scott Rush in 21st, and Brighton Coleman in 22nd. Your top 10 for AI drivers include Cal Newton Jr., Kevin Harvick, Ryan Newman, Dale Jarrett, Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, Ricky Bobby, Dale Earnhardt Sr., Christian Fittipaldi, and Ricky Craven. Here at Texas Motor Speedway tonight, we have 80 laps in the Gen 4 Cup cars with the Wild West Racing League, brought to you by SDK Gaming. Very fast mile and a half, much like the broadcast we did last night with the wonderful folks over at the USORA, United States Online Racing Association. Unfortunately, I'm alone up here in the booth tonight. We're going to have a good time regardless. We come back around turn 3 and 4. We're going to jump to the leader of our real drivers out here, the number 20 of Hunter Sr., the Home Depot number 20 on the bottom. We go green flag here at Texas Motor Speedway. Good start from the number 20, Mike Loveless, in the 68 on his outside, trying to chase him down. 20 running on the bottom, trying to get as much speed as he can. A lot of the AI drivers pulling away. Dale Earnhardt Sr. just on the top of your screen, almost forcing 3 wide for a minute there as we come out of turn 2. 20 by the 68 by 88 of James Napier behind. Dakota Henderson in 14th, Mike Presley in 15th. A lot of the AI drivers blocking the way for our number 20 as we ride on board now. The 3 of Dale Earnhardt, 3 wide for a moment there with the number 3 of Dale Earnhardt. 4 wide for a moment there with the 68 and the 7, I believe. Who is it? 68 and 88, I believe. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky Bobby in the number 22 Wonder Machine. Hunter Sr. chasing Matt Kenseth down. And Ricky Bobby in the 26. They come through turns 1 and 2. Once again, Ricky Bobby real loose up top. 3 wide down the backstretch, almost 2 rows back as the 20 pulls the 68 through on the backstretch. On the top 2 wide as we have a caution out on the racetrack. First caution of the night. And Ricky Bobby has crashed. Right on board now with the 26. Gets a tap from the 88 and just plows the wall. And Ethan Farless also had an incident. Let's jump back a little bit and see what happened here, because his hood's up for the majority of the lap. Do not know why it went to static, TV static. Loose off of turn 2, trying to chase down the 44, 33, and the 3. Plows the 44, takes out Dale Earnhardt, and smashes the wall off of turn 3. That may have also been part of what brought out the caution, as he is now in pit road. Ethan Farless, Trey Smith, Tanner Ensign, and Ricky Bobby are all in the pits. Lap 5 of 80 here at Texas Motor Speedway with the Wild West Racing League Gen 4 Cup Series. Second to last race of the series. Unfortunately, we've not had a great many opportunity to bring you these broadcasts on Tuesdays and tomorrow night's Xfinity Cup race that we will also be broadcasting here on the Fearless Broadcasting YouTube channel. Due to a plethora of reasons, we're not going to get into all of them here. Unfortunately, our good friend Barry Stevens has decided to retire from Fearless Broadcasting team. Barry, if you are watching the broadcast tonight, we do miss you. We had a hell of a time broadcasting with you, and we hope that you're doing all right. Hunter Sr., the lead car of your real-life drivers in the number 20 machine. Leading the way, he's up to 6th place in terms of real drivers. Mike Lovelace in 8th is the next one down. James Napier is in 10th. Dakota Henderson in 11th. Mike Presley in 14th. Brandon Harris, Scott Rush, Timothy McDonald, Brighton Coleman, Trey Smith, and Tanner Ensign finish out your top 20. Ethan Farless is still in the pits, and I believe Ricky Bobby may be out of the race. That is not a call I would have thought to say tonight, as Tanner Ensign pulls down pit road, potentially serving a drive-through penalty. As the field forms up once again, we are getting ready to go green flag next time by. Ricky Bobby has jumped to the pits. Is my thing behind? I'm not sure what's going on here. Well, Ricky Bobby's back out on the racetrack. I'm not sure what's really going on, but we're doing it anyway. Wouldn't be a live broadcast without some interesting thing going on. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Water. A lot of guys running in first gear. You can hear them revving the heck out of these engines as we come through turns 3 and 4. Pace cars' lights are off once again. Getting ready to go green flag. Surprised not more people aren't trying to warm their tires up a little bit more, especially since they hadn't really had a chance to get warmed up on the pace laps and in the early stages of the race. As we go green flag once again here at Texas Motor Speedway, start of lap 7 of 80. On board now with the 20 of Hunter Sr. still leading the way for our real-life drivers out there on the racetrack tonight. He's holding 6th place as we go 3 wide once again through turns 1 and 2. Right up the middle, hooking up behind Kevin Harvick there in the 29 machine, dying down to the bottom, getting blocked a little bit. 17 getting real close behind him of Matt Kenseth, excuse me, as we have another caution. Christian Fittipaldi has crashed. And Scott Rush may have had an incident with him too. 43 on your screen here. Gets tagged by the 3 and sends Dakota Henderson around and takes out, I believe that was Tanner Ensign. It was Tanner Ensign. No, it wasn't. It was... who was that? It was Mike Presley, excuse me. Mike Presley has lost his right front tire. Scott Rush pulled off the racetrack. The 0-4 of Scott Rush decided to mow the grass just a little bit. Help the wonderful folks at Texas Motor Speedway, of course in iRacing at least, mow the grass just that little bit more. This is why I'm not a huge fan of running with AI drivers. And thankfully, none of you had to witness what practice looked like for tonight's race, because it was a total demolition derby. As we do have a few takers. Mike Presley, of course, with a heck of a lot of damage in that race car. Tanner Ensign in the 44 having a good bit of left front damage. Dakota Henderson also with damage as well. Brighton Coleman in the 4. Quick in and out using a fast repair. He's back out on the racetrack in the Kodak number 4. Mike Presley doing the same, topping off the gas just that little bit. Dakota Henderson deciding for a full service. Interesting choice at this point of the race. We'll jump back up. Actually, we'll jump down to Ethan Farless. Ricky Bobby is 1 lap down. Christian Fittipaldi is out of the race, and Ethan Farless is down 3. So your leader overall is Cal Newton Jr., followed closely by the 300 Ford of Dale Jarrett, followed by the 29 of Kevin Harvick. Hunter Sr. is the first real-life driver we have out here tonight. Very interesting night out here at Texas Motor Speedway. We'll have to see how tomorrow's Xfinity Cup race goes. Tomorrow night, Xfinity Cup brought to you by the Wild West Racing League and the... I'm going to have to look up their primary sponsor, but I know it is a cancer research sponsor, which is a very noble cause to be racing for, especially for a league as fun as this one. If anybody wants to join a fantastic league on Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday nights, Tuesday nights are usually Gen 4, Wednesday nights are usually Xfinity, Saturday nights are Next Generation Cup cars, and then of course the Premier League, in my opinion, the one that I've been in the most, has been the Truck Series on Sunday nights, excuse me. Of course, we will not be, unfortunately, bringing you the Saturday night broadcast because we, a handful of us at Fearless Broadcasting, will be going to the Daytona 24 special event here on iRacing. Pace car's lights are off. We are getting ready to go green flag once again here at Texas Motor Speedway. On board still with the 20 of Hunter Sr. leading the way for all of our real-life drivers. Pace car pulls off. Cal Newton Jr. with the lead. 47 car on the bottom. He takes off. We are green flag once again here at Texas Motor Speedway. 10 laps completed. Start of lap 11. 70 laps to go here at Texas. Hunter Sr. on the bottom, having made up one position already, challenging for the lead. Challenging Kevin Harvick and Cal Newton Jr. for the lead. Trying to keep as close as he can to Kevin Harvick, trying not to lose too much speed through these corners. Whoa, 17 with a big slide. And he takes somebody out. Manages to recover it. Caution stays off. Keep it green flag. 3 wide behind them. 20 and the 29 challenging each other for second place here. A lot of action happening out on the racetrack. We'll watch a little bit more as the 20 makes his move on the 29 of Kevin Harvick. Hunter Sr. up to second place. Challenging now for the lead overall of the race, hoping to get the real-life drivers out on top of the grid as we'll jump back to Brandon Harris down in 10th place. He's challenging 3 wide in the middle down the backstretch. And what a move from Greg Biffle up the middle between the 3 and the 32. Very bold strategy for the AI drivers to be doing. Almost 4 wide there, and he takes the 33 takes out the 3 of Dale Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt keeping it going. Oh my God, this is so weird to be calling out the actual NASCAR names. I'm sorry. 33 of Brandon Harris making it past the 3 of Dale Earnhardt Sr. Scott Rush in the 04 trying to catch up behind them. Chasing down the 32 of Ricky Craven, Greg Biffle, the 17 of Matt Kenseth, the 12 of Ryan Newman in front of them. Jump up to... Actually, we'll jump back down a little... Oh, we have another caution. Timothy McDonald has had an incident. Let's jump back and see what happened here. 10 car slides and does a little bit of lawn mowing. Keeps it straight for the most part. Manages to wind it down. Do not see what may have happened here. Oh, the 04 is going slow. what happened to Scott Rush? Let's jump back and see what happened here. Oh! Challenging the 3. Has a radio issue, so we don't see all of it, but next thing we know, he's spun backwards and getting collected by the 44 of Tanner Ensign. Very unfortunate night out there for a lot of these drivers. Hunter Sr. is up to second place with a good jump on the restart. He should be able to claim the lead. Mike Loveless in the 68 behind him. Challenging Cal Newton Jr. and Kevin Harvick on the bottom. Gonna have to see how that works out for him. 88 of James Napier and the 300 of Dale Jarrett behind them. Wait, there are 2 88 cars out on track. As your top 3 come to... Oh! Late commit from the 20 to pull off. We now have 3 actual drivers leading the race. Hunter Sr., Mike Loveless, James Napier, Tanner Ensign, Trey Smith. Your top 5 are all actual people now. Laps 17 of 80 here at Texas Motor Speedway. As me and Chris Lindsay were talking about last night, these mile-and-a-half raceways are very fast and very unforgiving because of how fast they can get. Whoa, Ricky Bobby out of nowhere on the bottom. Very close call there from Ricky Bobby, almost taking out the leaders coming off of pit road. As I was saying, these mile-and-a-half speedways can be very fast, very unforgiving, and they don't like giving back once they take stuff away from you. You got to be very careful with what your strategies are. You got to know what you're going to do, and you have to have contingencies for when your plan doesn't really work out. Car of Hunter Sr. trying to do his best Tony Stewart impression and shove the pace car down the front stretch through the quad oval. Hunter Sr., Mike Loveless, James Napier, Tanner Ensign, and Trey Smith are your top 5. Being chased down by the 47 of Cal Newton Jr., Kevin Harvick, Dale Jarrett, Greg Biffle, Matt Kenseth, Brandon Harris, another real driver, Ryan Newman, Timothy McDonald, another real driver, Dale Earnhardt Sr., Brighton Coleman, another real driver, Ricky Craven, Mike Presley, Dakota Henderson, Ricky Bobby. Christian Fittipaldi is, I believe, out of the race. And Scott Rush and Ethan Farless are very far at the back, which is unfortunate for the both of them. No, Christian Fittipaldi's out there. Okay. I thought earlier it said that he was out. My apologies, folks. Hunter Sr. is your leader as we come off of turn 4, getting ready to go green flag once again here. Third caution of the night coming to a close as we get ready to go green flag once again. Pace car's lights are off coming through turn 4. Pace car pulls off. Getting ready, rolling up towards the restart zone. Green flag's out. 20 car takes away. A little slow this time, trying to conserve a little bit of extra tire, being helped by the 88. 68 on his outside, being chased down by the 44 and the 3. 44 running very wide as the 20 roars off. 68, 88, and 44 challenging each other for those top 3 positions. 44 throwing one way down to the bottom, just doesn't have the speed to make it stick. 68 blocking away, 88 trying to push him back. 20 pulling away, and Christian Fittipaldi crashed once again. 20 laps completed out of 80 here at Texas Motor Speedway. We are still green flag racing. We'll jump back a little bit here to watch the battle for second place. On board, Loveless in the number 68, chasing down Hunter Sr., being challenged by James Napier and Tanner Ensign. Tanner Ensign behind him in the 44. Door to door with the 88 of James Napier. Trey Smith now behind them. Number 19 car. Greg Biffle's crashed, and we have Greg Biffle has apparently had a monstrous accident because my timesheet has just gone neon red, and Mike Presley has crashed. Let's see what happened here to Greg Biffle. 16 car on your screen gets punted by the 10. We have a radio issue. Do not know if that's on my end, unfortunately, or if we have an outside issue. Let's jump over to Mike Presley. He gets taken out by the 10, and his hood's up. Bumper goes for a trip, and he's once again lost that right front. And has to get towed back to pit road. I apologize, folks, for the radio issues. We'll see if tabbing back into iRacing itself is going to help us a little bit more. Thankfully, since we have our cameras on automatic now, we should be pretty good. Unless we have an incident, which shouldn't really change much, but in case it does. Excuse me. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Hunter Sr. still leading the way. James Napier, followed by Mike Loveless, Trey Smith, Tanner Ensign, Kevin Harvick, and Cal Newton Jr., Brandon Harris, Dale Jarrett, Ricky Craven, Ricky Bobby, Dakota Henderson, Brighton Coleman, Timothy McDonald, Dale Earnhardt Sr., Ryan Newman, Matt Kenseth, Ethan Farless, Greg Biffle, Mike Presley, Christian Fittipaldi, and Scott Rush. Greg Biffle and Scott Rush are unfortunately both out of the race. Very unfortunate, especially this early on. 20 car choosing the bottom of the racetrack once again. James Napier on the outside, going to get some good help from Mike Loveless in third place now on the bottom. I don't understand why Dale Earnhardt is this far up, unless that's Trey Smith in a different paint job. Yes, it is. It's Trey Smith. Trey Smith is running a Dale Earnhardt paint job, which is a little interesting. Wait. No. Wait, what? Oh. Well, how come I have Dale Earnhardt Sr. in here? Oh. Senior's out. How do... whatever. Okay, apparently the only driver that is back this far is Ethan Farless. Because apparently Timothy McDonald, Dale Earnhardt Sr., Newman, Kenseth, Biffle, and Mike Presley are all out of the race. But it's saying Timothy McDonald has left pit road. Because Why does it say that he's out then? Oh, it's not anymore. I am so confused. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen, as we're getting ready to go green flag once again. Pace car is off. Time to get to work once again. 20 car on the point with the restart. Coming up through the restart zone, we go green flag once again. Right at the start-finish line once again. Riding on the bumper of the 20 for a moment there, being chased down by the 18 and the 68 behind him. Trey Smith on the outside in the number 3 car, despite his number being 19. Thanks, Trey. Tanner Ensign, Cal Newton Jr., Kevin Harvick, Brandon Harris, Dale Jarrett, Ricky Bobby, Dakota Henderson, Ricky Craven, Timothy McDonald, and Brighton Coleman, and Ethan Farless. Senior, Newman, Kenseth, Biffle, Mike Presley, Christian Fittipaldi, and Scott Rush are all out of the race. 26 of 80 laps completed here at Texas Motor Speedway. 20 car up into the wall for a moment there. Got to be a little more careful with how he drives that thing out there tonight, as he almost gets up into the wall again. Oh, Trey Smith around! Let's jump back to that. Riding on the 3 car. Oh, pummels the wall and spins himself out. Keeps it clean, though. Depending on how that right side damage is. I don't see any on my broadcast. Little right front damage. Probably bent a wheel and beat the fender in a little bit. But it doesn't look too bad. Might be able to get a good quick repair on that car and get back out there. We are under the 5th caution of the night. Ethan Farless is now going to be the lucky dog once again. Ricky Craven and Dale Jarrett are both out as well. But if I jump to them, oh, they are out. I am so confused as to why the game is just not having them in the race. But I'll take it. Ethan Farless moving his way through the traffic. Getting ready to go for the lucky dog. He's the only car laps down now, unfortunately for him. Teammate and owner of Fearless Broadcasting, of course. We have a few takers down pit road. Mike Loveless, James Napier, Tanner Ensign, Dakota Henderson, Timothy McDonald, and Trey Smith all go down pit road. Brandon Harris and Brighton Coleman are the only other real-life drivers left on the track, outside, of course, of Ethan Farless, who's doing his lucky dog laps now. Sorry, I had to think about that. Hunter Sr. being chased down by the 29 of Kevin Harvick. Cal Newton Jr. behind him. Brandon Harris, Ricky Bobby having the race of a lifetime over here. He's made up quite a lot of positions to get back out on the racetrack. Brighton Coleman, Timothy McDonald, James Napier, Tanner Ensign, and Mike Loveless. Dakota Henderson still in the pits. Trey Smith still in the pits. And Ethan Farless choosing to go in the pits this time, having regained the position of another lap. Hopefully he's back out before the pace car comes around the front stretch, so he doesn't go another lap down once again. 30 laps this time by. We'll be setting up to go green flag next time around, I believe. Here at Texas Motor Speedway, this is Fearless Broadcasting, brought to you by SDK Gaming, iRacing Live Timing. This is the Wild West Racing League. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast so far. Hunter Sr. still leading the way in the number 20 machine. Kevin Harvick on the outside. Cal Newton Jr. on the bottom with the 20. Pace car's lights are off. Ethan Farless, I believe, is still one lap down as the time screen will come across on the top of your screens at home. We'll take a look at if he's made up that lap, if he got out of the pits before the pace car. Mike Loveless down in 10th after the pit stops. Yes, Ethan Farless is now only one lap down from the leaders. Still 50 laps to go. 49 to go this time by. Coming back around turn 4 here, getting ready to go green flag once again. On board still with Hunter Sr., who is leading the way once again. Pace car pulls off, getting ready. Coming up to the restart zone, the AI on the outside might take the initiative and jump the start. Green flag is out. 20 roars off this time, knowing he has to make a move in order for that to stick. Going all the way down to the grass, being chased down by the 29 and the 47. 33 a little bit further back. Ricky Bobby in the 26 behind them. James Napier falling all the way back down off the start as the caution comes out. James Napier has crashed on the 88. Oh, loses it into turn 1 and gets clobbered by Dakota Henderson and smashes the outside wall. And has to get towed back to pit road. Not the night for James Napier out here. Very unfortunate series of events, and we're not even halfway through the race. Just a absolute demolition derby out there at Texas Motor Speedway tonight. Have to go back live. My bad. 6th caution of the night. Ethan Farless going to take the initiative once again and get the lucky dog once more. Hunter Sr. coming down pit road this time, being followed by Timothy McDonald, Brighton Coleman, Tanner Enzide, Dakota Henderson, Trey Smith, and James Napier had to get towed. So now your AI leader of the race is Kevin Harvick. Your first real-life driver out on the track is the 3rd place driver, Brandon Harris, in the number 33. Being followed behind by Mike Loveless in the number 68. These guys are going to have to start figuring out, hey, we actually have, like, better part of another half hour, 45 minutes of racing left to go, and we cannot seem to complete more than 10 to 15 laps at a time. So let's start hoping that we can actually go green flag for more than a handful of laps. And of course, that is not a jest against any of the drivers out here. These guys are very fast, very consistent, very, very good drivers. It's just that with the added AI on board, sometimes it's caution to the wind because the AI don't count. Okay. Getting ready once again. 33 is going to line up on the bottom of the racetrack, number 33 Hardy Chevrolet. Pulling up behind him is going to be the number 68 of Mike Loveless, I believe. Yes, it will be. Yes, it is. 5th place of Mike Loveless in the number 68 machine. Tanner Ensign in the 44, running all the way down to the bottom. Hunter Sr. behind Tanner in the number 20. Kevin Harvick, quote-unquote, leading the way. Cal Newton Jr. on the outside. On board now with Brandon Harris looking back at Mike Loveless in the 68. Pace car's lights are off as we're coming through turns 3 and 4 right now. Getting ready to go green flag this time by. Sorry for all the pauses in the broadcast, folks. It's very dry in my house because it is about 85 degrees in the middle of January because I've had my wood stove ripping all day long. Pace car's off the racetrack. Green flag is out. Kevin Harvick with a launch of a century over there. Not sure if that's a jumped restart or not. Lap 35 of 80, just under halfway completed. 33 under pressure from the 5. Dakota Henderson on the outside. Dakota roaring on past. Side by side down the backstretch. It's going to be all up into the entry of turns 3 and 4 where it's really going to matter. Dakota pulling ahead. Getting a little loose there for a second, but makes the move stick. Coming through the quad oval. Dakota Henderson is now your leader in terms of real-life drivers. Kevin Harvick, Cal Newton Jr., and Ricky Bobby lead the way. Dakota Henderson, Brandon Harris, Mike Loveless, Hunter Sr., Tanner Ensign, Timothy McDonald, Ethan Farless, Trey Smith, Brighton Coleman, and James Napier is 1 lap down. 2 laps down, excuse me. Brandon Harris trying to chase down the 5 of Dakota Henderson. Under pressure from the 68 of Mike Loveless as they run side by side for a minute there into the quad oval. Mike Loveless diving down to the bottom of the racetrack. 33 way up high from his normal line. 68 being careful not to chop his nose off. Flying down the backstretch. Chasing down the 5 of Dakota Henderson. 5 by 68, 33 in the 20. Hunter Sr. in the 20, your former race leader, excuse me. Ricky Bobby just ahead of them. Dakota Henderson getting behind him all the way down on the bottom of the racetrack. And he spins Ricky Bobby and takes Mike Loveless out. Caution comes out once again. 33 and the 20 get together and they both wreck. Let's jump back and see that again. 5 of Dakota Henderson gets underneath the 26. Gets kind of stuck there and punts the 26 of Ricky Bobby, taking out the 68 of Mike Loveless and further up the racetrack. Jump back to, there we go. Jump back to here. Hunter Sr. trying to avoid all of that, accidentally wipes out the 33 of Brandon Harris. Brandon Harris beaten off the wall, but keeps it going. 20 with some major front left damage. Whole front left wheel is caved in, not even spinning or on the ground. 28 of Ethan Farless just behind him as he pulls down pit road. Brandon Harris amazingly doesn't seem to have too much right side damage. A little bit on the rear quarter there of that bumper, as you can see. But a lot of guys pulling down pit road this time. 33 choosing to stay out behind the 88. Oh, is the 88? Who's the 88? James Napier. James Napier will get the lucky dog this time. Go around, excuse me. Had to figure out what was going on there for a second. Brandon Harris leading the way. Brighton Coleman in the number 4 in second. Hunter Sr. in third. Race off pit road is between Tanner Ensign, Mike Lovelace, Dakota Henderson, Ethan Farless, and Timothy McDonald. Trey Smith in 9th place as well. 7th caution of the night here at Texas Motor Speedway with the Wild West Racing League Gen 4 Cup Series. Tanner Ensign leads off pit road, followed by Ethan Farless, Mike Lovelace, Timothy McDonald, Dakota Henderson, and Trey Smith. I was also looking at the schedule for tonight's race, and unfortunately, I thought when it said 8:30 start time, I thought we were going to go green flag at 8:30. No, we were going green flag at 9. So forgive me if I'm a little tired tonight as Mike Lovelace pulls down pit road once again, maybe having a black flag penalty, having to serve a little bit of extra time. Hopefully he gets back out there really quick. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Getting everything squared away for the 24 Hours of Daytona coming up at the end of this week. It will be on my private YouTube channel, Rock Bottom Racing. Coming back around, pace car pulling off, getting ready to go green flag once again here at Texas Motor Speedway. Brandon Harris, Brighton Coleman, Tanner Ensign, Ethan Farless up to 4th place, making up 14 places off the start. Dakota Henderson, Trey Smith, Timothy McDonald, Hunter Sr., and Mike Lovelace. 9 cars left on the lead lap, and they're all real people now. All the AR drivers have crashed and are now out. James Napier is the last car, and he is a lap down. So your top 10 are the only drivers that matter. Finally over the halfway mark here at Texas Motor Speedway, lap 43 of 80. Riding on board with the 33 of Brandon Harris now will jump back a little bit to the fight for 4th. On board with Ethan Farless now on the 28 machine. Challenging almost for a second. 3 wide in the middle, cutting down across the 3. Whoa, he spins! And he takes the 3 and the 20 out. Ethan. Eighth caution of the night here at Texas Motor Speedway. The comedic timing of that could not have been more perfect. Oh, that's bad. We have a little bit of a conundrum up here with the pace car. Eighth caution of the night here at Texas Motor Speedway. .44, the 5 and the 4 looking to come down pit road. 33 with a late commit this time. Seems like everybody's coming down. Dakota Henderson, Brighton Coleman, Brandon Harris, Tanner Ensign is Tanner Ensign is we're riding on board with now. Mike Lovelace, Timothy McDonald, Brighton Coleman, James Napier is out on the track, Hunter Sr., and Ethan Farless. Excuse me. Just over halfway completed. 35 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. Once again, folks, I apologize. I'm trying to get through this broadcast, of course, and trying to set up the 24 Hours of Daytona with my team. Trying to get some other things squared away. We're getting ready to go green flag once again here. Last time by. Seven cars on the lead lap, excuse me, not looking to do the memes. Tanner Ensign, Brighton Coleman, Brandon Harris, Dakota Henderson, Timothy McDonald, Mike Lovelace, James Napier are all on the lead lap. Hunter Sr. and Ethan Farless, I am not sure if they are still in the race. Pace car is getting ready to come onto pit road. James Napier is the last car. We only have 7 of our 20 starters left on the racetrack. Ethan Farless and Hunter Sr. are both out of the race. At this rate, I'm not sure we're going to have enough cars to finish as we go green flag once again. Late commit on the start. Lap 47 of 80 here at Texas Motor Speedway outside line with a very slow start. 4 car of Brighton Coleman with a very slow start going all the way up to the top of the racetrack. 44 by 33, 5 by 68. Whoa, big hit off the wall for the 4 car on the back of your screen there. 44 of Tanner Ensign leading the way, being chased down by Dakota Henderson in the 5, Mike Lovelace in 3rd, James Napier in 4th, Brandon Harris in 5th, Timothy McDonald in 6th, and Brighton Coleman in 7th. Everybody trying to keep their speed up and try to finish this race, because I'm fairly certain everybody has used their fast repairs at this point. If we go down to a handful of cars left, it's just going to be a total demolition derby for the end. Just shy of 30 laps to go. 68 of Mike Lovelace up in the wall. Four-car tapping the wall through the quad oval once again as well. Four-way battle for the lead. Tanner Ensign by Dakota Henderson. Mike Lovelace and James Napier side by side. 33 of Brandon Harris behind them. 68 and the 88 still side by side through turns 1 and 2. Dakota Henderson trying to chase the 44. Tanner Ensign down. Mike Lovelace pulling up underneath Dakota Henderson challenging for second place here, running down on the bottom of the racetrack, trying to get by the 5 of Dakota Henderson, chasing down the 44 of Tanner Ensign. Coming back through the quad oval, still side by side, 68 and the 5, just on the left, right-hand side of your screen, being chased down by the 88 and the 33 a little bit further back. 68 and the 5 are still side by side through turns 1 and 2. 68 getting a better run off of turn 2, 5 having to concede the position. Now he's challenging Tanner Ensign for the lead, running him all the way up the racetrack. They're side by side through turn 4. Mike Lovelace is still door to door, fender to fender, and pulling away. Mike Lovelace is your new leader of the race. Tanner Ensign not going to let him get away with it that easily, though. He's still challenging on the outside, about a half a car length back, losing a little bit here. Get a bit of a run down the backstretch as they come off of turn 2. Going to challenge on the bottom of the racetrack once again for that first place position. That 68 is finding a groove that works for him and is running away with it. The 5 is now under pressure from the 88. Jump back to James Napier, the number 88 car here, running way up wide. 33 of Brandon Harris just behind him. Timothy McDonald and Brighton Coleman seeming to fall back quite a lot here. Better part of 3 seconds behind Brandon Harris. 68 of Mike Lovelace still leading the way. About half a second up on Tanner Ensign. 5 cars still trying to battle for the lead here, not getting much help as the 88 and the 5 are side by side. I don't understand why in TV mixed we're still going to the back bumper of the 88 car. 5 car sneaking out from underneath the 88 and getting behind the 44 once again, trying to chase down the 68 of Mike Lovelace. 88 with a lot of speed, a little too much speed as he runs way up wide once again. Might get a good run off of turn 2. Beats the heck out of the wall though, maybe not. 44, the 5, and the 88 all on your screen. Challenging each other for second place. Mike Lovelace is half a second and gaining slightly off of Tanner Ensign. 25 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. This is Fearless Broadcasting with the Wild West Racing League Gen 4 Cup Series. Second to last race of their season in these cars. Brought to you by SDK Gaming and iRacing Live Timing. 88 being very aggressive here, trying to get a run on the 5, just not having a lot of space to work with. He's about half a second back. Running way up on the top, not getting the speed he needs off these corners to make it happen, unfortunately for him. As he tries running down the 5 once again, down the backstretch, just doesn't seem to have it. Continues running really high through the middle of turn 3 and 4. Not sure if he just is shredding those tires or if he's got a problem where he can't run the lower line like these other guys can. Excuse me. Lovelace is now 6.5 tenths. 6.2 and gaining on Tanner Ensign. He's now 7 tenths up on Tanner Ensign and pulling away even more as the 5 of Dakota Henderson beats off the wall just that little bit. We have someone who would like to join the broadcast. We're almost 20 laps to go. The 20 of Hunter Sr. wants to join us. Hunter Sr., this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. Welcome to the broadcast.
Sure, how you doing?
Doing all right. Very unfortunate night out there for you and how it had to end. What do you think happened?
I think the 28, he got pretty loose. 3, I don't think he had a lot of time to check up for him, and neither did I. Kind of just went from there. Nowhere to really go. Are you enjoying the race so far?
It's certainly been interesting from our point of view. More than half the field is out. We've had 8 cautions, and we still have 20 laps to go. So it's still anybody's race in the top 7, because these are only cars that are left.
I'm loading back in right now, actually. I'm going to continue watching.
Timothy McDonald and Brighton Coleman are 12 and 17 seconds behind, respectively, the leader. Tanner Ensign is 1.6 and falling off of Mike Loveless. Dakota Henderson is a little bit behind as he makes the move on Tanner Ensign. We'll jump back and see what's going on there. They're challenging each other for second place here, also being run down by the 88 of James Napier. These guys aren't giving up on second place, at least yet. It's a three-way battle for second. 33 of Brandon Harris, a little bit further back. He's 2 seconds off Tanner Ensign here, but he's still got some good speed in that car with a late caution. If we have one, that he has a good chance at getting back in this race for second.
Oh, before I kind of went out, I'm assuming, and this may be a stretch, I'm assuming they're saving fuel. Because we were pretty tight on fuel.
That would be my guess as well. At this point in the race, these guys need to conserve as best they can and hope to God that somebody else behind them spins out. But at the same time, they all know everybody's driving super careful now because they're the only ones left on track. They need to conserve everything they've got for these last 17 laps. And it's still really anybody's race. Tanner Ensign having fallen back quite a bit off of James Napier and Dakota Henderson. He's almost a full second behind them. We'll jump up to Dakota now. 16 laps to go. He's trying to chase down Mike Loveless in the 68 just ahead of him. He is 2 2/10 of a second up. James Napier is not letting him run away with it as he kind of scrapes the wall there for just a second. Having raced these 1.5-mile speedways and with a separate broadcast for the USORA last night at Charlotte, these 1.5 miles can be very tricky and an incredibly difficult challenge, especially in the super speedway Gen 4 cars. The extra horsepower, the different aero package, it's the slight adjustments that make these cars just that little bit faster. And considering these cars are primarily built for the big super speedways such as Daytona and Talladega, of course not having Atlanta be a super speedway at the time, as Dakota Henderson slows down a lot for the 88 here. Not sure if he's having a problem or if he's running out of gas.
He's coming to pit road. I think he realized he can't make it.
Well, he's slowing down a lot. He's not coming down to pit road. James Napier dives down pit road. Dakota Henderson is falling back a lot. I'm not sure if he's run out of gas here, but he is slowing down a great deal off of Mike Loveless as Brandon Harris is gaining on him at a rampant pace. He's still going. He's not going down pit road just yet, but he has lost a heck of a lot of speed here. James Napier going a lap down now as we come down to 12 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. Hunter, having more experience in these Gen 4 Cup cars than I do, what do you think the play is at this point in the race with just over 10 laps to go?
Well, from kind of judging, like I said, from what I'm seeing, it looks like the 5 just from his throttle, and, you know, what I'm hearing, it sounds like he's saving. And I don't think Loveless is saving. I think he's pushing, going as hard as he can. And I think Tanner probably saved enough. Yeah, you can tell he's pushing pretty hard now. And the 33 just started saving. If you know, you can kind of hear him going to the corners. He's not really pushing that hard. I think they're just trying to make it to the end on the fuel. I don't think there's gonna be more cautions. I think that this is it.
I'll agree with you there. Mike Loveless is basically half a track ahead of Dakota Henderson at the moment. He's better part of 7 seconds up. Mike Loveless is on track for just masterclassing this league, as a lot of the races I've participated with Mike Loveless in, as he's a fellow Fearless teammate, as the 88 pulls up alongside him coming into turns 3 and 4 here. As a fellow Fearless teammate, he is one heck of a fast driver. He's incredibly good, and having won a good deal of events here in the Wild West Racing League.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, you know, when I got him following me, he is definitely one of those guys that he's scary. He's one of those guys who's scary good. He's really fast. I respect him a lot, and I think he's one of those people that, you know, he's a contender, and next season I know for a fact he's gonna be racing for the championship. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
With you more, especially with the unbroadcasted GT3 race we had at Watkins Glen the other night. That was a fantastic race, and
Tanner just missed pit road.
Oh, Tanner has had an accident. He's went off track. Let's see. No caution for it, but let's jump back and take a look, as we have 8 laps to go. Tanner all spins a little bit, trying to come down pit road, just doesn't get slowed down enough. Helps mow the grass a little bit, but commits to going down pit road. Tanner Ensign in the number 44. Not a good position to be in with only 7 laps to go. Mike Loveless is now 8.5 seconds up and still running away with it. Dakota Henderson in second, Brandon Harris in third, Timothy McDonald in fourth, Brighton Coleman in fifth, Tanner Ensign in the pits in sixth, and James Napier in seventh. Of course, we have Hunter Sr. in the booth here in the number 20 machine. This is definitely an interesting scenario as we come down to 5 laps to go, as we're riding on the front bumper there for a moment of the 68.
Oh, Loveless is pitting.
He is. Very
I wonder how that puts
interesting
Dakota, if
strategy
he's going to be able to
at
make
this
it.
point in the race. We have to see if anybody else is going to have to take a pit stop as well, as Dakota Henderson takes the lead. This is a very interesting strategy now. With only a handful of laps to go, did Mike Loveless not save enough? And does Dakota Henderson, Mike Harris, or Tim McDonald have enough left? Do any of these guys behind him have enough left to challenge for the win of the race?
I think they honestly made their bed. I think 5 and the 33, they've been saving pretty hard for these last, 5-10 laps. It looks like from the, this perspective, the 33's, he's off pace. He's controlling it really well. I think they made their bed. They have to run it, especially with the 68 pitting.
Couldn't agree with you more, especially since the 68 is still on the lead lap, 26.25 seconds behind Dakota Henderson. Better part of a full lap back. But Dakota Henderson is trundling around this racetrack, trying to conserve as much fuel as he can. You can barely hear his throttle, and he's lifting nice and early as he comes through turns 1 and 2. 3 laps to go here at Texas Motor Speedway. Dakota Henderson is still crawling, coming off of turn 2 and running down the backstretch. Brandon Harris is closing in a little bit here. He's 5.2, 5.3 and gaining.
I wouldn't say don't look now either, but Tim McDonald is also, he's another one. I think he's saved enough. I think he's pushing. I think both these guys are going to push as hard as they can.
This time by Tim McDonald, and Brandon Harris are both closing in on Dakota Henderson. This is really getting down to the wire here. Do either of them two have enough left? If Dakota Henderson runs out on the exit of 2, do they have enough fuel to make it and pass him before the start-finish line? If he can get that car to coast, white flag this time by. Coming back no matter what. Dakota Henderson still leading the way. Timothy McDonald 4 seconds and gaining. Brandon Harris not too far behind, 4.5 and gaining. Dakota Henderson's not slowing down though. He's keeping enough speed up. He still has fuel to spare. You can still hear that engine running.
That's awesome.
As Dakota Henderson, by the skin of his teeth, will win here at Texas Motor Speedway. Timothy McDonald in second, Brandon Harris in third, Brighton Coleman in fourth, Mike Loveless in fifth, James Napier and Tanner Ensign in 6th and 7th, respectively.
Think you'll have enough for a burnout?
Well, we'll have to see. Well, Hunter, thanks for joining us for the final few laps here at Texas Motor Speedway. It's always a good time to have another driver up in the booth. He might have enough to do at least a quick burnout here, Dakota Henderson.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for having me, man. It's awesome that you're broadcasting for us, and I hope you have a great night.
Always a pleasure to be working for you guys. It's always a great time broadcasting for you, and hopefully next time we'll be able to race with you some more.
Sir, man. You have a good one.
You too. That was the number 20 of Hunter Sr. Let's get our third place finisher of Brandon Harris up in the booth. Brandon Harris, this is Pat Wilkinson up at the booth. You got me.
Yes, sir. I got you.
Brandon, very close finish out there tonight. If you had one more lap, you probably would have had Dakota. Was there anything else that you might have done differently to try and catch him up at the end of that race?
I was just saving fuel trying to finish the race at the end of it. Probably the last 5 laps. I was halfway into throttle, not getting into it too hard, just trying to finish the race.
Couldn't agree with you more. With how many cautions we had out there tonight, was that really what decided that you had to go for a forced long run, very gentle strategy on both the tires and the fuel?
No, I came in probably second caution, right around 20 laps. Got some pretty good runs in between the cautions and stuff, and just the way my pit strategy fell, it's how it landed.
Well, regardless, congratulations on a third place finish, a very respectable finish. Do you have anything you'd like to say before we sign off for tonight?
And I want to thank everybody for doing this, and really enjoy racing with you guys.
Always a pleasure, Brandon. Congratulations on third place, and we hope to see more of you next week.
Yep, thank you.
Third place finisher of Brandon Harris there. Let's get the second place finisher of Timothy McDonald. Tim McDonald, this is Pat Wilkinson. I'm at the booth. You got me.
Yes, sir.
Tim, congratulations on a fantastic second place finish. We were just talking with Brandon a little bit there about the strategies at the end of the race. Do you think the plethora of early cautions was what decided your long run fuel strategy that unfortunately just didn't seem to catch Dakota Henderson at the end of the race there?
I would like to say so. At the last caution, I added a couple more gallons of fuel, and when they threw the green flag for the restart, I actually went 3/4 throttle for a few laps just till I got a half gallon good so I can take off.
Well, regardless, fantastic. Oh, excuse me, choked on my water. Fantastic finish in second place, and we hope to see more of you in the top 3 in the coming weeks here. Do you have anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
Well, I'd like to thank my teammates Dakota and James. Was a good race, and TNR Designs, and I'd like to thank you and Tanner for everything y'all do.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for joining me in the booth and have a good night.
All right, thank you.
It was your second place finisher of Timothy McDonald. Now let's go on to your race winner, Dakota Henderson. Dakota, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. Do you got me?
How's it going, Pat?
Dakota, fantastic job winning the race out there, but very close towards the end. Do you think that with all the early cautions, you may have overextended that final run just a little bit?
It definitely helped the cause, but I can't complain about it. I had 2 different occasions I had to repair about 2 minutes worth of damage. So I was lucky to even be in position for it, which it helped. Then I guess I was slow enough. I saved enough fuel, so I'll take it. W's a W.
Regardless, congratulations on a fantastic first place finish. Unfortunate night for Mike Loveless there, having to pit so late in the race, but it worked out for you in the end. Do you have anything you'd like to say before we sign off?
I just appreciate TNR Designs and like everybody keep Marshall Layton and his family in their prayers. They lost their son Christmas morning, so just keep them in their prayers, and God bless everybody, and everybody have a good one.
I had not heard that, unfortunately. That is very much something to keep in our hearts and minds for a little while. I had not been informed of that. Regardless,
Actually,
congratulations.
I'd like to dedicate this win to him, actually, to Marshall's boy. But anyways, I'll let you get on with it, and I appreciate you.
Very noble gesture, Dakota. Thank you for joining me up in the booth tonight. And once again, congratulations on a masterclass win.
All right, man, appreciate it.
Well, folks, it was definitely a wild racing night out here tonight at Texas Motor Speedway with the Wild West Racing League in their Gen 4 Cup Series race. Second to last race of their season for the Gen 4 Cup. We'll be back tomorrow night with the Wild West Racing League and their Xfinity Cup Series. I'll have to double check and see what track they will be racing at. I don't have that off the top of my head or in my personal files at the moment, but regardless, we will be back tomorrow night. And until next time, ladies